Alright, we are watching Ohbitoh, who's going to be playing Diva and Orisa and Paraiso. This is Gold 4 on PC. Hi, I'm a Gold 4 Diva main. I've been playing a good bit of Orisa as well now with the current meta. I've been Gold 4 basically since Overwatch 2 has come out, and I really want to improve, but can't seem to figure out how. The game I'm asking a review for is one of my worst performances, so I can see what my bad habits are. It's a 3-2 payload victory on a Paraiso. I don't think it's your worst game if you won't want it, probably. I played both Diva and Orisa. I generally don't know what mistakes I'm making. I know I can get a little over-aggressive at times, so is there anything else? Positioning tips would also be super appreciated. Thanks. Alright, so let's play this. So in general, I would not boost just into the middle of the road, right? This is how you get blown up. And like, imagine, usually they're all set up right here. It's very unusual that they're not. And then you just go here, you waste all your whole DM and accomplish nothing. Or you take a ton of damage and accomplish nothing. I think you should play up here, right? Scout, or play this side, scout, and then figure out what your next step is. Your total goal here, right? Your overall goal is to kind of force them off high ground. Because the way this point works is you take this high ground, you take this high ground, then you take this whole high ground, and then you're done, right? As soon as you've gotten your team to that position, the point is won. Okay, you should think of it less as like, oh, I need to get the kills. Like, if you can't get the kills, great. But in terms of positioning, if nobody makes a mistake, you just need to take one spot at a time until eventually the enemy team gets overwhelmed. And as Diva, you definitely can do that, right? But it all depends on how they're set up and what heroes they have. No reason to be playing low right now. I would go high ground as soon as you can. Good. Okay, so you should help your team kill that turret, right there. Just kill it for them. I would also step back a little bit to make sure that you can get healed, because you know your Anna's playing back there. I would just make sure like she has the angle, because she should be walking up right now. But if she sees you this far up, she's gonna like not walk forwards, and you need her to walk forwards. So basically, what I'm saying is, I would just at this point with there's nothing to do right now. Like, they're retreating. I would just walk back, get healed, and then start going again. You can't fight them like in this death ball right now. Right? You see how you're just taking a ton of damage and you're doing basically no damage. Right? Let's watch how much damage you just do right here. Okay, so you go up high ground. You don't kill turret. All right. You force the Anna back. Okay, that's fine. And then you start shooting this Orisa. Okay, so you were at 474 health. Okay. Let's see how much damage you take right here. Until you retreat. Okay, you start retreating 261. So you just took 200 damage. Let's see how much damage you did to the Orisa. Grounding. Right? You did 42 damage, you took 200. This is not a good trade. You should recognize Orisa is not a good target for you to attack ever unless she doesn't have cooldowns. It's just not worth your time. Okay? Very important right now for you to get healed. Again, your Anna's not stepping up because of the position. You really need to step back here. If you step back here, your Anna will heal you naturally while walking forwards. I think your Anna also recognizes she needs to walk forwards. Because if she doesn't walk forwards, you're never going to be able to take the next corner. Right, go with Torb. Yep, I think that's good. Right, don't stop here. Do not stop in the middle of the lane. Like, this is, I think, a very common Diva mistake at the lower ranks, where you just kind of stop here and you're like, oh, my job is to sit in the front, but you're just gonna get take a ton of damage here and do nothing. Right? Like, what are you accomplishing right now? Even before you got trapped, like, what does it feel like you're pushing them back? Does it feel like they're scared of you? They're not, because you actually don't do any damage at that range. Like, this range right here, you do maybe 75 damage a second or so. It's like a pretty trivial amount of damage. They're not scared of you. You have to be very, very close using missiles for them to be scared. All right. Your goal here should be to continue to take high ground, right? Not fight the Orisa. Go high ground, shoot the back line, right? Keep rotating, right? Move around, squish them in, and eventually they will die. You're not a tank buster by any means, and you should not try to, except for Winston. Winston's the only tank that you can build. All right, so you've gone in. I think this is okay. Yeah, you dive in. I mean, I think the supports definitely could have saved him, but I think that's it's still a good dive. All right, at this point, you just stay alive. Shoot one. All right, go for backline. That's the right call. Again, try to focus the same targets that your teammates are. So if you look back here, before you start shooting them more, okay, you go in. So you can shoot the Moira right now, okay? But you see the Pharah go in? I heard it, which is the reason why I rewound this back. I heard the Pharah go in on the right. You should have gone for the Anna right now. Right? You see how low the Anna is? The Anna is crazy low. You could have killed the Anna at any moment. See the Pharah still trying to kill the Anna, and now you come in late to try to kill the Anna. You have to just recognize who your team is focusing. Right? Especially in this double support one tank situation, like, you should have killed everybody so fast. But you need to work with your team instead of just doing your own thing. Alright, so you can get Mac back here. Great. remech around the corner, make sure you don't get javelin. Alright, now you need to reset. It's good that you recognize that you need to reset here. You're just waiting, chilling. Okay. Is this the right time to go in? I don't think so, right? Team's not ready yet. I think you could have come up here and played here, right? And not taking any damage, but now you've already taken 200 damage and your boosters are on cooldown and your team's not ready to go yet. Okay, this is too early. It's like a few seconds too early, but it makes a difference. So now you used half your DM, right? And you've used 3/4 of your health, and you have made no appreciable progress on the point. Okay? Again, what you should do is you should set up here, right? And then wait for your team, and then start going in. And in particular, I would probably go through this window onto this high ground, because that's the real problem, right? The thing that's preventing your Pharah from walking over the team is not the Orisa, right? It's not the Moira, it's not the Junkrat, it's the Ashe, right? The Ashe and the Ana are shooting your Pharah repeatedly. So you should not think, I need to kill these 3 people on low ground. You should think, I should go over here and then kill or disrupt these 2 on high ground, and your Pharah will do the rest. So that's what you should be spending your time and health on, not this, fighting the Orisa, which she's happy to fight, right? Orisa will fight this fight all day. She's a huge advantage on you. She does more damage per second, she does it farther away, and she has more defensive cooldowns than you do. Alright, you decide to dive the Orisa again for some reason. Alright, you pop bomb. I honestly think you could take this point without losing bomb, and then you manage to die. Unfortunate. Oh, and she cancels the res. Don't tell me you guys could lose this. You guys don't. Alright. So I think you made a lot of mistakes there, but fundamentally the biggest one was simply just don't fight their tank, right? Whenever you're fighting the tank, unless it's a Winston, I think in virtually every other scenario you are doing the wrong thing. Unless the tank is literally going to die. Like if you're fighting a tank, you'd be like, can the tank die right now? If so, do that. But otherwise, probably a mistake. Alright, you go up to hold the next corner. Again, play high ground whenever you possibly can, right? Whenever you possibly can, play high ground. This corner I think is okay for now, but just think, in general, you spend way too much time on low ground. You have mobility, you should use that advantage. So let's kind of rewind this a little bit. Play. Alright, you go over here. Try to stun the Ana, you miss completely. That's unfortunate. Alright, you Matrix the Genji out. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, you were getting Genji out. I don't think right now is the right time to dive. Okay. So again, rewind this back. Like I guess the fair is in. But no one's moving the cart right now. No one's moving the cart, and like your DPS, so Genji is not set up. He's still low. See, my instinct, 'cause I didn't even know the cart wasn't moving, because somebody should be on the cart right now, right? I can recognize just from not seeing it out of my periphery that the cart is not over here. So this is not the right time to be taking this fight. This is way too early. If I see this, I would either tell someone to go sit on the cart, I'd be like, hey, look, cart, or just go do it myself if I have to, okay? Because none of these fights matter if the cart's not moving. So this is the wrong time for this fight. If the cart was right here, yeah, great, take this fight right now. But right now, this is way too early. Not least of which because no one is moving the cart. Alright, again, sitting down here for no reason. Again, this is another example where you don't instinctively go high ground. You should do that all the time. Right? So after she goes in, right, she pops this, right, Matrix, I think Matrix looks good. Instinctively go high ground, right? I think I would go right here in this situation. Okay? But you don't. You play low like way too often. Just play high ground. Like all the time. Again, your team is being aggressive, very aggressive right now. No one is moving the cart still. Ana's finally going back for it. You should Matrix there for Bastion. When you see the Bastion pop, there's zero chance you can kill this Moira. I'm gonna... Oh, well, I mean, maybe with the Pharah, but I still don't think you're gonna kill this Moira. Yeah, correct. You know, Moira doesn't even get below 100 with the health. Right? When she pops Coalescence, she has a lot of self-heal. You would need missiles there, and to like kind of knock her into a spot where you can make sure all the missiles land, and she would have to have no other healing sources. And that is the only scenario where you would have been able to kill her. Again, this is not a fight you want to fight. Like, whenever this is happening, this moment right now, these happen a lot, right? Where you're just kind of like facing off against the Orisa at like 10 meters range. You are losing this fight. Every second this goes on is good for the Orisa and bad for you. Just go high ground and don't fight her. Right? Like, you're out of Matrix, just don't fight her. Yeah, exactly. Just don't fight her. I Matrix right now. Make sure Genji gets out. Alright, Pharah's absolutely carrying your team. Go for the Moira. Good. Right, the Matrixing. Again, go for the Moira. Good. You know she doesn't have fade right now. Lost her. Keep going for the Moira. You were like shooting at her. You were easily gonna kill her right there. She like literally was in front of you. Right, like right. Bump her, you miss her. Right. Right here, right? You have missiles and everything. Just activate missiles and kill her. Right? You have bomb here, so it's fine. Just kill her and then bomb if you lose your mech. Right? Most important thing is to kill her right now. She's clearly like in big trouble because her Pharah's been hiding, been in the air over her the whole time. That was a huge missed opportunity not killing Moira. Right? Now you go in, but now you use missiles against Orisa who has spin. Right? So that's just, you're just not tracking like abilities there. Yeah, and then Bastion's up. A lot of stuff goes wrong here. Right? Try to Matrix again. If you're doing that, what you should do is instead of just pointing at him, point in front of him and kind of slide this way. That way you can use some of your Matrix to protect yourself from the Bastion as well. Right? So look. Yep, you take purple. Right? So you see how the Bastion's shooting you? If you just turn to the right while you walk to the left, you could pressure cart and stop Visor and stop Bastion at the same time. So just like a small mistake, but it results in you losing your mech here. I would say in general, I'm also seeing that you're not able to get kills. Like I actually can't think of a single kill you've gotten so far. And by a kill, I do not mean a limb. Like a limb is a, you know, where you hit somebody for 1 damage and somebody else kills them, you get killed. I literally don't think I've seen you get a single kill so far, which tells me that I don't think you're good at getting kills as D.Va, which is super important. If you want to climb, you get really good. Like this is a fight. I mean, you're so low now. If you're full health, like that should be an easy kill for you. Don't fly in a straight line. That's like literally the only way Torp can hit you. By the way, for Bastion ulti, you can look up. Those little shots come from, you see how it falls down from the sky? So you could also just hold it over the center point and you also won't take damage. But as an FYI. Alright, so you overextend here, you lose your mech, right? You didn't really need to be that far forwards, is like kind of the central thing. Like you push too aggressively right now. Like you see right now, there is 1, 2, 3 people all shooting at you at this moment in time. Your team is just not here, right? Pharah is still playing way back. Junk is just getting in position. Anna's in a rotation. The card is over here. There's no reason for you to be playing this far forward, right? You could have been playing this corner, for example. Or just even playing on the cart would have been fine. As long as they don't stop the cart from moving, like you're winning on offense. You don't need to be doing this crazy thing when you step in front and just lose your mech. Alright, get mech back. So again, remember what I told you? This situation where you're just shooting at the Orisa and she's shooting at you, you are losing. I'm going to emphasize this like very strongly. You are doing far less damage to her than she is to you, which means you're just farming her ulti, right? And killing resources away from your team. This is not the fight you want to be doing. As a Nano D.Va, you don't want to be fighting the Nano Orisa, right? Nano makes everything else equal. If you didn't want to fight the Orisa before, you don't want to fight her now. Okay, use the Nano to go and kill, like, the Moira, for example, like, very, very quickly and easily. This is not going to result in anything productive happening for either one of you. Okay, I would say in general, as D.Va, you do not want to be fighting this fight. Okay, Orisa's just way better at brawling than you are. And I think that you don't seem to realize that. Okay, you do not, same way that if this was a Rhine, you don't want to be fighting a Rhine at point blank. If both of you are at full health, that Rhine is going to beat you up. Okay, you do not want to be fighting that fight. I'm going to emphasize this. Don't fight most tanks at close range. Right? The only exception being Winston and Hog if he doesn't have healing and Hook. Even then, I think it's still kind of sketchy. Okay, you throw bomb. It's okay. I think the Orisa just should have just stayed on point, but that's fine. I don't think that was a great bomb, but it worked in this case. Okay. So again, Torb's out here. You're just standing in lava, which means you take a ton of damage. You get absolutely rolled here. All you do is just stay behind the cart. You would have been fine. Again, your Pharah is like smurfing and absolutely carrying here. Okay, so you want an offense.
Ready for battle.
Let's talk about your Orisa.
Defend objective.
They got Hog. I would be thrilled if I saw this as Orisa. Orisa's probably one of the best tanks in the game against Hog. The most important thing is don't get hooked off, right? When he throws a hook like that, I would spin, just to make sure you don't get hooked off and nobody else gets hooked off either. That's the only scenario where you lose right now. I don't pop Fortify here right now. Like, you don't need to pop Fortify. This is fine. Like that, if that Bastion wants to shoot away, just wait it out. You don't want to waste your big cooldowns on like little things like spam. You don't want to get hooked off. I'm gonna emphasize this. You do not like the Hog is clearly looking for a hook. Yeah. So, again, when he goes for hook, you don't have any cooldowns right now, which is unfortunate. Okay, actually you do. Right? So right here, throw as soon as he... So basically, the Hog is never going to throw hook like this, right? He's never going to step out just like the tiniest bit and throw a hook because he risks the hook getting broken. So when the Hog steps clear of cover like this, it means he's throwing hook. You can just reactively use spin right here, and it will save your teammate. Okay? Now, he's hooked. You have not spun. What you should do right now is you should immediately spin and run over to the Hog and try to save your Symmetra here. Right? Because again, if your Symmetra dies, this fight's probably over anyway. So you might as well try to save her. Okay, now you should for sure Javelin. Okay, well, now you should back off. Now there's no reason to be pushing. I have no idea why you're pushing, right? Take the teleport back up. Yeah, great. Oh, God. Again, goes wide of the bus. You know the hook is coming. This is like Hog 101 here. Don't shoot him if he slept, right? If he slept, he's just wasting time. Don't fight this. No one can help you if this fight happens in this corner, okay? Because you see, if you're standing here, no one can help you. All right? You don't need to fight this. You should not feel compelled to try to fight this fight right now. Literally, their team is stuck behind this bus as long as you stay high ground. If you try to force this fight and you die, that's how they get forwards. Again, you're out of line sight of your healers, which is why you're not getting healed. You're purple. You try way too hard to kill her. Again, when both supports are clustered together like that, you're never going to be able to get a kill. You just have to give it up, right? And just be like, okay, fine. Alright, your team decides to walk in. Oh, you missed Javelin. It's a big Javelin. You got Javelin. You got a kill. Alright, your team walks in with you. Fine, we'll take this. Right, get the kills. Now back off. Oh no, Symmetra's being a fool. This is a throw, I bet. There's no reason she should do this. Alright, it's good stun. Okay, you pop shift now. Yep, that's good. Alright, melee. Yep, she's low. Oh, you missed Javelin. That's a big Javelin to miss. Alright, Hog guy's cool. Helps him get out. This is honestly not a good game for you to have shown because your DPS is so much better than their team. Like, I'm pretty sure your Pharah is smurfing. In fact, both of your DPS might be underranked. Because you're not actually doing very much, and the rest of your team is camping their spawn. So, I would say, I don't really know what to say here. Right, so eventually you get hooked, and then you get killed. Right, no reason you should have gotten hooked here. And then you go into it, you pop soul hog, and you die. Okay, your aim needs a ton of work. It's going to be hard for you to climb if you miss shots. So, right, so you missed Javelin. These are all misses. Frankly, they're not even close. You even missed trying to, you see, like, you've hit not even 1 out of 20 right now. Right? Then you got 1 more hit, 2 hits. That doesn't, third hit on the mate, but she blocks. So I want to say you fired about 50 shots and hit 3 of them, which would give you about a 6% accuracy rate. So that's going to be a problem for you to climb. Just being straight up with you is that you're just getting to practice this a lot more, because no matter how good you are at the positional or ability usage, if you can't hit shots, then you're not gonna be able to do anything as a tank. Again, so you should immediately, as soon as you hear / see that, you should have turned around and use spin to keep your Bastion alive. Okay. Right there, you should have been like, oh, there's a Bastion behind me, spin, and then immediately reverse, and then play here and keep your Bastion alive. And you would have been fine. Alright, I'm going to stop the replay there. Okay, so on Diva, I would say, 1, don't fight tanks. Just don't. Take high ground. You know, I don't think you were over aggressive. That's one thing you said, you were a little over aggressive. I don't think that's the problem. I'd say take high ground, right? Push the back line, especially pushing the back line with your team. Avoid fighting the tank at all possible. I would say on Orisa, I don't think you're particularly good at using your ability. It's hard to say though, because your team's just like kind of rolling them. But I would say in general, I don't think you get your Fortify forced out too early. You don't use spin enough to stop hook. So yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a problem. But again, I have to see more Orisa gameplay to like really tell, and I don't really want to watch rest of this game because it's very clearly a roll, and your team's like screwing around. I would say the biggest issue that you have that's going to apply to all your tanks is that you need to improve your aim. I noticed it on Diva as well, but on Orisa, like your aim is quite poor. So for example, there's like multiple times on Diva where I would consider that you should have had very easy kills here. Like one of them is when you go on the Moira here. Not here, a little later. Right, your aim is just all over the place. So watch. Okay, this is on target. And then miss. You see how your crosshair's not even close. You know what I mean? Like this is not this is not even in the right ballpark here. Okay, then you see the Moira go. Right? You go for the Orisa, which, you know, is questionable. Again, this is an easy kill as Diva. Right? You get stunned. Right? You see the Moira over there. You should go for her now. You fade into her. Your shots are wildly off, right? You miss literally every shot on your way in. You've lost track of her. Still looking for her. She's right there. Spins here, so it's not nothing you can do. Okay, like wait to spin out. There's an opportunity for you to use missiles to kill her. Again, you don't kill her. You activate missiles, but or no, you haven't activated missiles here. So now's your opportunity for you to actually kill the Moira. You landed 3 shots and then you look away. Okay, then I think she comes back out again. Okay, you're fighting the Orisa, which you really do not want to be doing. She's pretty low, but she does have spin. Oh yeah, they use back here. So yeah, I'd say, and also as an overarching problem, I don't think you can get kills. Right? I don't actually remember you getting a single kill other than that Diva bomb kill. Junkrat's there. I mean, I'll give you 1 kill credit for that because like you did most of the work there, just like bumping out of position. But beyond that, I don't think you get any of this. Yeah, so even right here on the soldier, for example. Over aim. under aim, over aim. Like, I think your sensitivity is probably too high. Just looking at this, I don't think you have the ability to do any sort of like small adjustments. Like, you could easily have killed that soldier in that situation. You barely hit him with your actual cannons. But continuing on. Yeah, and then from here, I know you don't get any kills. So let's go to.
Double
Right, so again, a good example where when you dive in, right, you should be going for the Moira here, not the Orisa. Definitely kills Torb. There's your one kill of the Orisa. That's it. Yeah, okay. So for sure, you need to get kills. There's a lot of different opportunities that I identified, but like you're consistently, I don't think you understand like the boost in kill someone with missiles combo, and you need to get good at that. I think you should practice more in deathmatch. You can be that tank who plays tank. You can be that person who plays tank in deathmatch because you need to get used to killing people really, really fast, like very, very fast, to climb as D.Va. I think it's really, really important because D.Va is not a good poke hero, right? And she's not a good brawl hero, right? She's a really good like assassin type tank where you find someone out of position and you dive in and kill them. If you take too long to kill them, they will get away or they will get healed, and then you'll be screwed. And then you'll feed your mech away repeatedly. So I think that's really important as well. Okay, hopefully this is helpful.